Hey. Good morning. Good morning. Let's go. I got stuff to do.
Oh.
We do too. You have to brush Olive's hair before we leave, Caleb.
She doesn't have that much hair. Come on, up. You shake? You shake?
Bed full of dogs.
You shake? Oh, he's a good girl. People on the videos always ask where you're at.
In the closet.
In the closet, in her bed.
She just sleeps in the closet when it rains.
When it rains, she gets scared. Yeah, or the bathroom. She's a little scaredy cat. Oh, I'm peeing. Curls isn't scared of nothing. He's a big boy. What is going on? Today we are going to go work on the Z at a friend of mine's shop. His name's Bobby. He owns a shop called Kentucky Speed in Pikeville, and they specialize in LS's and LT motors, Corvettes, Camaros, all that good stuff. But he's letting me use a bay in the shop to get some work done on the car. Emma's coming with me, and Mom and Olive are in the Tahoe. They got my tools. So we're going to cruise over there, and I'm going to show you guys the shop and talk about what we're doing on the car today. This is Kentucky Speed. I don't fit in here right now because I don't have an LS, but you know, what can you do? Baby steps. Go to in-ground dyno jet right here. A few lifts, a few LS's, a few LTs, and I've got a whole list of stuff I got to do today. Big on superchargers here, lots of supercharged cars, and yeah. So what I'm going to do first is tackle the hardest thing first, which is the ball joints. So I'm going to show you how bad they are, and then we got some new ones from Rock Auto in my tote over here. I can also tell you the whole list of shit that I got to do today. Alignment, ball joints, oil change, top off diff fluid, set the angle of the GK Tech kit, install ECU, tune ECU, battery tie down, driver's side caliper. It's a pretty big list for one day of work. 17. But you can see here, you can't see here, hold on. It's pretty much destroyed. And that ball joint is toast. And it's making the car steer like shit. So I went and got some new ones from Rock Auto. And I bought the cheapest ones. My camera won't focus. Bought the cheapest ones, and we're going to throw them in the freezer and then try to find a way to press this out. We have one possibility is to take the knuckle completely off and go over to the press, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to take the knuckle all the way off, so we're going to see about leaving the knuckle on. Ball joint number one is out. All we did was use a sledgehammer and an old socket. And then over here, the tough part was getting the cone off, the cone that aligns the ball joint with your lower control arm. So I had to put some heat on it. We also heated up the control arm as well before we'd beaten this out. So there's a retaining clip here, little C-clip. Gotta get that out. And then, yeah, I mean, we were going to use the press, but it just made more sense to not take it off the car if we didn't have to. There it is. Boom! A couple weeks ago when I posted about my brake issue, that I had the wrong caliper, a guy named Brent Sanchez from Arizona sent me some OEM calipers big shout out to him. This is the one I needed. He wasn't sure which one was which, so he sent both, but I only needed the left. So I'm going to take this off, and hopefully my pad isn't too worn. And I mean, even if it is, we'll just drive it and it'll wear down, and we'll be getting full contact on the rotor now. And yeah, sucks I'm going to have to bleed the brakes again, but it is what it is. I'd rather not have something catastrophic happen. I wish you guys could see in there and see that not. Oh, there you go. Look how much pad isn't on the rotor. Oh, disgusting. Our old right side caliper off, and our new left side one on, with the brake pad making full contact with the rotor. Let's see if I can get this in focus. Yeah, probably not, but it's making full contact. We'll have to bleed the brakes again, but not a big deal. Now I have pulled out some 75 140 gear oil, some real thick stuff. This diff kind of howls a little bit, so if I can muffle some of that sound with some thick gear oil, that'd be great. We've got our little filler over there. And I went to Lowe's and bought this pump right here. So I'm gonna use this little pump, get this gear oil in there. In there. Alright, moving right along. Got the alignment done. I don't know how I feel about it, but I think it's pretty damn close. Zero camber, close to zero toe in the rear, 1/4 inch total toe out in the front. Adjusted the bump stops, did the ball joints. Now we're going to pull it over to the dyno. We're going to do a couple pulls with it to see what it makes stock. And then we're going to put in our new Link ECU and get Jason from Link ECU on the phone and on the computer to remote tune this thing, see if we can pull a little bit more power out of it. So we got this thing on the dyno. We're going to do our stock pulls. Leave a comment below with your horsepower guesses for the stock motor. It's got 181,000 miles on it and burns oil. So we're going to go with 195 is my guess. 195. And then we'll see what it does after the Link ECU install.
Said you lied.
240 horsepower. I swear to God, look at the sheet. Google it. All right, so our watch out for my huge tripod. All right, max power 240 horsepower. Max torque 236. That's not bad. Got Jason from Link on the phone, going over and basically unlocking the ECU for us. Is that what you're doing right now? Is basically unlocking it so that we can start messing with it?
Yeah, first I'm going to need to get your drivers on board here. Looks like you might have not basically installed your drivers. So I'm going to uninstall the program, reinstall the program, and then unlock it for you.
Okay, got our ECU down there. Alright, so I got Jason on the phone here, and all he's done so far is basically log in and unlock the ECU, which each ECU has a serial number, and he's able to unlock it, or your tuner can do it. But we're going to see if it'll start. Good?
Yeah, it's a heat.
Not bad. You want me to kill it?
The first big challenge that you typically have to overcome is, does the car start? No need to jump out there with a timing light yet, but it's nice that we have something that at least starts, and it's easier for us to diagnose any problems with the car actually running. So it's a good starting point.
Awesome. You ready? Alright, so I didn't get to finish my video last night because the camera died. So now I'm at work the next day and I'm filming my outro. So yesterday went super good. Ball joints, alignment, new rear brake caliper, fixed the steering angle. We've got a whole bunch of steering angle now out of the car, and then we installed the Link ECU, put it on the dyno, and holy shit. First of all, the car made 240 horsepower stock. After putting the Link ECU in, it only made a couple more horsepower. We didn't do anything drastic, but Jason told me he was doing a bunch of stuff, and it took a long time, so I knew he was doing something. And we did the pull, made a couple more horsepower. I was like, oh, whatever, you know, I'll just drive home and we'll jump back on the dyno later this week or whatever. So I jump in the car and I'm driving. I drove about 5 miles, and the car felt like it had 100 more horsepower. Like the Z, I don't know if you've ever driven a stock Z, but if you've driven a stock Z, you know that it doesn't put you back in your seat. So I called him, I was like, hey dude, the car feels really fast, you know, it only made a couple more horsepower, could there be something wrong? What did you change? Basically, if you've ever revved a car with a drive-by-wire that's stock, there's a bit of a lag. So when the throttle will go to, let's say, 100%, it takes a while for it to catch up and for it to actually give you 100% throttle. All that's been taken out, so now it's very much so like a older style cable throttle body, and it revs snappier, the power comes on quicker. He was able to make more usable power down low, so right when you get on throttle, it's just, I don't know, it's hard for me to explain other than the fact that it feels way faster and way more torquey. And I'm gonna have Jason talk to you guys a little bit in a video that I'm doing on Wednesday or tomorrow about why it feels like this, so that you guys have a better understanding instead of me just trying to like tell you that it's way better now that I put this Link ECU in. It definitely is, and I'm actually gonna have Jeff Donati drive my Z when I go up to Ohio this weekend, and his is completely stock ECU, and get his opinion on the difference. He drives for Haltech, so he's not trying to plug Link or anything. And I'll have him drive it and just say, you know, whether or not it feels drastically better or if it feels the same. And I'll have him tell you guys also. So super excited about that. Big shout out to Link and Jason at PSI. See you guys next time. Peace.